Attention on this channel. We've got an important message. All observations and opinions shared here are for educational purposes only. This content is intended for adults. Viewer discretion is advised. Be advised that any individuals mentioned are not intended to suggest involvement in any crime.
Case by case, got the fire. Ha!
Come on,
Yo, you wanna talk about true crime? We start with a guide that flows. Digital footprints meet criminal defense, that's how this story goes. This channel's all about online evidence, the stuff they overlook. From live stream chats to deleted posts, it's all in the true crime book. My goal is to provide insight for the attorney in the darkest hour, to find the proof that can make a case or break a criminal's power. So whether you're a lawyer or a PI, we're diving deep in the mess, exposing misconduct and hidden truths to get to the very best leads. We break it down case by case, on the trail of the facts. We show how digital evidence changes case outcomes, we on their tracks. No rumors, no gossip, just the evidence clear and concise, shining a light on the shadows at any cost or price. What do we do?
case by case.
What's the motto? We're here for the victims, the ones who were left behind. We're here for the families, giving them peace of mind. We follow the paper trail, the digital footprints and the timelines, connecting the dots, we're reading between the lines. We don't just talk theory, we show you how it works in practice. We're here to help you stay ahead of the curve, to get a new analysis. You think you're in charge, but we're here to find what matters most. We're giving a voice to the voiceless, like a digital ghost. Digital ghost, digital ghost. We break it down case by case, on the trail of the facts. We show how digital evidence changes case outcomes, we on their tracks. No rumors, no gossip, just the evidence clear and concise, shining a light on the shadows at any cost or price. What do we do?
Case by case.
What's the motto? From digital clues, the mystery, you wanna know the answers? We're dedicated to the chase, from the first look at the scene to the final resting place. We're here to find the answers, to give the victims their due. A true crime channel with a heart and a purpose too. We're here to build up, to expose the truth, and to shine a light on the darkest of deeds with all our might. We're here for the truth, we're here for the facts, and that's it. We don't chase the trends, we just chase the truth and never quit. We let the past speak for itself, we let the facts lay the ground. We're just here to be a voice, a tribute that is sound. Yeah, it's all for the truth.
Ha! Come on, come on. Let's go.
Their thoughts for you, yeah. Won't kiss the ring. Yeah. Ha. Come on. Let's go.
Hi, everybody. It's been, 14 days, I think? Welcome to Case by Case. If you're new here, welcome. If you are a subscribed member, thank you. Hey, Shaboogies. Hey, Big J. Mother of Dragons. Welcome in, everybody. It's been 14 days too long. So sorry that I really got tied up with just life. You know, work has been demanding. It's really, hey, Cherie. It's been a busy time of year, overtime I can't control. The new department I'm in, it was a forced transfer, so that meant I didn't have a say, and my seniority took a hit because there's people in this department who have been there for like 30 years. So getting time off has been difficult, but today for you, I called off. Couldn't do it. I was done. It's been like 3 weeks of hell. I worked on Thanksgiving, worked on Friday, Black Friday. So I've missed you guys. Let me put my glasses on so I can read what the heck you're saying. Hey, Four Pits is in the house. Welcome back, Four Pits. So how's everybody been? I thought I would go live briefly this afternoon to let you know I am alive, and I want to say thank you to it's really a heartfelt feeling to know that so many of you have sent me messages asking me, are you okay? I mean, my inbox was full of messages. I've gotten text messages, and I apologize. I didn't really think that, as the days ticked on, it was that big of a deal. But now that I look back, I'm like, holy hell, it's been almost 14 days. So what are we catching up on? I'm catching up with you, and I'm catching up with, for those of you who are questioning, I just want to make a complete full disclosure on who Terry is. Terry is a friend of mine. She's an attorney. I'm not going to disclose out of what state, and I don't know if she's done that yet so far, but Terry owns a business called Trinity Reflections. She's the one who has done a lot of behind the scenes work. She's a case-by-case contributor like Fungi and Quester and Dr. Silkman and several others. But if you're interested in having a website built for anything, Terry is your girl. But Terry is also an attorney, and we're collaborating on numerous cases. But because my work schedule is so hectic and crazy right now, I wanted to keep things moving on the channel. So Terry has started the Missing Unsolved series that I think that some of you have been watching. If you haven't, I encourage you. Oh, thank you, Karen Hall. Thank you. But she's been doing some of the Unsolved series, and her and I will be collaborating very heavily on the Gilgo Beach murders. And yes, I plan on covering that. So if you are interested in the Gilgo Beach, you know how we deep dive here case by case. I plan on, we have already kind of launched the first episode, which kicked off the actual Gilgo 4 findings, which is the Shannon Gilbert case. And why does the ghost of Ron Logan live on? Is Ron Logan in here? You watch out, Amy. Weber going to get you. Frank Didler says so. Oh, did I miss something? I seen he went live, but I didn't watch it like I usually don't. Yeah, T's trial. Hey, all eyes. Yeah, T's trial transcript coverage with the AI is freaking amazing. And it lets me listen while I'm at work with my earbud in. So I would love to be able to do that. Thank you, Michelle. So let me think here. I'm reading chat. This is just an open chat type thing. Shabugs, if you want to come up, I can drop you the link. We're just chit-chatting. The last live that I did was on hang it on right here. If you guys remember, this has been okay. Let me send you the link. Shabugs, let me see. So I have a new phone. So text me really quick because my contacts are all screwy. So just send me a quick text and then I'll shoot you back the link. Or wait a minute. Here, we'll do this. Actually, this is what I'm going to do. Shabugs, I'm going to put my link in the comment section. Yes, I can. I can email it to you. Give me 1 sec. So let me pull that up. But the last live that I did, we were talking about, and after that, kind of a little bit of hell broke loose, which then I think some people were like, "What happened?" It was not related at all. So Shabugs, it's emailed. Anywho, the last live that we did, we talked about third-party suspects. We did a review on some things that had come up with Ron Logan, the Paladinos, et cetera, et cetera. And then we got into some communications from, I'm just going to come out and say it, Patrick Westfall's ex-wife, who reached out not only to me, but to somebody else. And I don't know what was going on, but it's a long story, and I'm not going to get into it right now. I'm going to do a completely different live on that. Where's she at? What up?
Hey, wait, say that last part again?
Which part? The good
Wait,
part?
Wait, who messaged you? The who messaged you?
So Patrick Westfall's ex-wife.
Okay, because she was like on the Reddits, and I was like, because she was like talking randomly for some reason, and I was like, hey, I'm kind of trying to look into him, so if you want to like chat, let me know. And she was like, no, thank you.
She didn't attempt to cut your throat through the computer?
No, because when someone was saying, hey, she's on Reddit, I didn't think it was the crazy one, but apparently it's the crazy one.
I really don't know what side of the fence that she feels she's on. Hey, Andy Kopsa, how are you? Girl, I heard you got some emails about my last live. I would love the scoop, please and thanks.
Maybe she's not the crazy one then. Anyway, I hope she speaks to you. That would be great.
So here's the thing with her. I encountered her.
They're both crazy.
I encountered her months ago. And I'm not like, I do have a Facebook group, but like my personal Facebook, I don't utilize a whole lot. And I get these requests like, you've been added to this chat or whatever. Well, there was one day where for some reason I was getting it was random. I was getting notifications from one of these Facebook group chats. And I think it was like a free Rick Allen Facebook account. And so I'm seeing conversations pop up. So I click on it. And there's this chick in there talking about, now see, at the time, the way that I took it was she was like an ex-girlfriend. And she had a video of Patrick Westfall going flipping berserk in their house. And she was talking.
Shut the fuck up.
She was talking all kinds of mad, crazy stuff. And so this is why I keep all my cell phones, by the way. I screenshotted all of these messages as they're going. And I simply asked her, I'm like, well, why don't you just post the video? And she acted like I had just committed a mortal sin by asking that. And I'm like, okay, well, you're in here talking about it. Why don't you just post it? And she got like super ghetto nasty. And I'm like, okay, like, I'm sorry, don't post it. Done. That's up to you. Not realizing she had actually been married to the man.
Oh, yeah. She's probably scared of him. So that's part of it.
So,
right?
Yes. So she went on like a rampage in this chat group. And I completely stopped responding. And then I ended up having to block her because I'm like, girl, it's not that serious. You're the one who brought it up. You're the one talking about it. All I asked was for you to post it. And she took that over the deep edge. So back on, I want to say November 14th, I get a text message, and I'm just going to be completely transparent. Like I said, I would be. I think I made this post on X. Said I was going to be completely transparent, even when I tried to help her out and be discreet. But I'm over it. I'm completely over the bullshit in the Delphi case with everybody knows someone who has information, but they can't come forward and they're scared. Okay, well, at some point in time, this shit has to stop and the truth has to come out. So,
like, I don't know what time anyone is waiting for. Another man is in prison for 130 years for the crime. So,
exactly. So on November 14th, I'm at work and I am completely limited at work in my area where I have general managers and stuff walking around. I'm not allowed to be on my phone. So I can only get a glimpse of my phone throughout the day periodically. But I got this message from someone who lives in Indiana, who I will be doing a live stream with later, who said, okay, Patrick Westfall's ex-wife has reached out to me. I don't even know what to ask her. And I simply said, just let her talk. And it went from there. And I have 40 plus screenshots from this conversation. Nothing's been edited except in my last live, the Delphi Underground, all I did was try to crop out identifying statements that she was the ex-wife by talking about our children, things of that nature. And the only reason I'm saying that now is because she went on full blast lying spree that shit was I don't know what she's doing, and I really don't care. So I just said full transparency. There's almost 40, I think it's 42 or 45 screenshots that I have that I am going to reveal in their entirety. When all I tried to do was crop out and post key information that links him to Delphi. But she had to get I don't understand what the deal is. Except for the fact that so I get this text message while I'm at work and I just said let her talk. And then she starts trying to tell me what she said and I'm like, okay, just screenshot it. Just screenshot all of it. And she did. And she sent it to me. And then she turned around and she emailed it to me and she numbered every single screenshot in the order that they came in.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. So after I did the live, I'm getting messages from all different kinds of people from mainly Reddit that she's on there claiming she was paid. This is a lie. Blah, blah, blah. It's not a lie. And I don't know when she reached out if she was on something. But when I got home from work on November 14th and I got on Facebook, I had a message from someone who was I wasn't planning on this conversation, so I'm not prepared.
Sorry.
But no, it's okay. I have the screenshot, and when I do the next live on this stuff, I'll post it. But I have the screenshot where when you are friends with someone on Facebook, it goes in like your request inbox.
Yes.
So I had a message request from someone, and it said, do you still want the full story on Patrick Westfall? I don't give a fuck anymore. And yes, this is a fake account.
Yes.
So that was the same day
that
she's spilling the tea to one of my friends.
So it's her.
It's her, absolutely. And then I realize her Facebook profile, well, first of all, it's a man. It's a picture of a man and a man's name. And somehow, with only 6 friends on the account, she got in my Facebook group.
Wow.
So she's been ejected. And my friend reached out to Andrew Baldwin, and Andrew Baldwin confirmed who she is and that, yes, all of this information she provided to the defense. After, I believe, after the trial.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, she could be crazy if it's helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait for that live. Wait, because did you say you shown all these messages?
I showed portions of them. So what I tried to do is I tried to protect her.
Right.
Like, I didn't out who she was. I didn't out that she was married to him. I just said someone close to Westfall, which is her whole point of reaching out to us to begin with. She said she wanted the information out there, and she's wanted
on drugs.
Yes. So let me see here. Let me see if I can figure out how
happens to the best of us, girl.
Yeah. So in the slides here, so what I did was this is what I did. I tried to crop out who the sender was, and I blocked out names, like when she's talking about her kids, and I didn't want anyone to correlate it to an ex-wife. I was trying to be reasonable.
Right.
And then she went batshit crazy. So now she's left me no choice but to go here and full on show all of her messages in their entirety, which I am going to do. Ouch. Because it needs to be done.
Agreed. I can't wait. When's that?
Maybe tonight.
Oh, it is Friday. Girl, I need some amusement.
And I called off work today.
Yes.
So I actually, just FYI, everybody out there, I have had my resume updated. I need a work from home job, even if it's part-time. This 3:00 in the morning shit, I'm over.
There's a lot of them out there.
So if anybody works for a completely remote company that's hiring, please email me. My resume's been updated. I'm ready to make that transition because I just, between going to work and coming home, like I get home at like 4:00. And I have to be in bed by 7 p.m. because my alarm goes off at 3.
Yeah, no, I remember those days.
Yeah.
I fucking hated that shit.
So I'm literally like, you have no idea how many times I've sat in the freaking Kroger parking lot. Kroger is our grocery store here in Ohio, to answer messages or to have
I believe it.
To have private time to talk about whatever. So,
well, hopefully that ends soon. Hey, Fig.
Hey, Fig.
Hey, Laura.
Okay,
Shabugs. Hey, All Eyes. Yeah.
Shabugs, you're going to think I'm crazy, but since I've got 2 computers sitting here, and my old one is not so easily accessible. The video of the white car, do you have it?
It's on my page.
Which page?
It's on my uploaded videos on my YouTube account. Sorry. Okay,
is that the original one that I posted?
Yes. The only thing is, it just doesn't have the time frames on it. Okay. It's like the video, but it's zoomed in to where you can't see what time it is.
Okay, because I need to review that since I was just recently there. I kind of want to like put into perspective how far that white car drove into the private drive before it turned around and came back out.
It wasn't far. So when you were talking about that, I was trying to like think of, okay, so then what happened? Why would that car be there? And if the gate's open, right? Because we found out the gate's open. So it wasn't a matter of the gate was closed.
Well, see, oh no, here's the thing. Julie Melvin said that Kay Weber told her the gate was closed that day.
Mm.
So
someone
or-
could have opened it before Weber came home.
well, I hate to say something that's not true, but I think that the gate was on a remote control.
That's also possible.
But
I mean, it's almost like they like had an idea to go that way, but couldn't, so they had to go a different way. The car.
possibly.
You know what I mean?
Possibly.
They were like, oh, maybe let's go in this way. And then they're like, wait a minute, there's all this trespassing signs, people all over this place. Like, maybe this isn't the right way to go.
So really quick, there's the filing that I want to talk about that just came out from the appellate attorneys, which I think is very important.
So excited.
Yes. It sounds like they're doing their due diligence. It's really a lot, which I think is great. But let me pull up here. Let me see if it will pull up. I found a video today that really, let me see, that really depicts, let's see if this is it. This is it. Okay, so this is a different time of year. But I think this video with the foliage on the trees and the angle, I think this video captures a much better representation of how straight downward this hill is from down the hill. And more so than the video that I captured when I was there, because I was literally trying to videotape and maneuver my way down. And these trees that you see in this video were not there. Most of them were like broken down, and the path on the far left-hand side of down the hill was not there.
Right. I mean, they were young kids, so I mean, they could have got on their butt and like skirt down that way.
Yeah, but that, and you're right, they could have. But the thing is that when you see the actual bridge guy video that Libby did, that worn path down that hill already existed.
Right.
So it wasn't like but they could have scooted down. But I feel like the back of the jeans that Abby was wearing would have indicated that.
That's true, actually.
And it's not just this hill. It's the second hill that's even steeper. And I need to find a video where someone actually ventured down this second hill, because it's literally a straight drop off.
We all hear what sounds like a fucking vehicle. We all hear it, like an ATV or something. It's very likely when they got down there was some type of something that they were able to get on and travel away from the area.
Oh, have you seen Charlie? Have you listened to Charlie Murphy's videos? The audio?
No.
Okay, I'm going to play them.
Okay.
After I play this.
End of the bridge. Downhill. down the hill.
This hill is steep. I don't care what it looks like on video. This hill is steep. Listen to him slide. Now, mind you, this appears to be in a different season. I was there just in October. I can't imagine what it was like in February, but in October, the ground was very moist and not solid. So every time you took a step, your foot sunk into the mud. I don't know what it was like in February, but there's a difference in, the atmosphere and the terrain. But I felt that this was a much better view than what I got when I was there.
And then another down the hill.
Okay, look at this. Look at this down the hill. He doesn't really emphasize, but it is straight down. This ledge right here is straight
and then another down the hill.
And I know Julie has said to the left of this ridge, there was a path that you could go
Earlier I went up this way,
but
and up that way is somebody's home. So we're not going back that way. We're going to leave this way.
So this is bottom of the hill?
This is the bottom of the first hill, down the hill.
Oh, wow. I've never seen this. Oh, weird.
Now, when you do the GPS locations, I'm going to see if he pans left, because left is like a horseshoe type area where the back of the horseshoe is a hill.
That makes sense.
But it shows the phone went there. So if they were taken down the hill and they went to the left, this is where they would have gone. They would have come here under the bridge, and he could have taken them, or they could have taken them left. But I don't think he pans over to the left.
Wait, so what if you go left? What's over there? It's just under the bridge?
So you go under the bridge, which is what he's doing right now.
We're going to leave this way.
So he's walking under the bridge.
Rocks in my shoes.
So if you're at the top of the hill, up there, at the very top, and you see Abby literally on command down the hill, and you see her start to go. That's all we know. That was the direction that they attempted to take. I'm assuming they at least got to the private drive, but where they went from the private drive, we don't know. And the GPS on the phone, I don't even know. This was just supposed to be an open chat.
It is. We're discussing things because, look, lately there's been a lot of refocusing on Dave McCain, Dan McCain. So, right. So, that I never ever used to think that BG had nothing to do with it. I thought with the time frame and them going down the hill ordered by this guy, he had to be the killer. But the more I think about it, maybe that was fucking Dave McCain. Maybe they did identify him and they've known it. And they knew from his whereabouts that he wasn't the killer. And so what happens to them when they go down is even more of a question. Because where do they go?
Okay, hold on. Hold that thought. Hold on. Hold that thought. Let's do this. Because
Dave, I believe, wears the fanny pack Hootis. I think.
Jesus Christ. Well, who?
Hi, critter.
Hold on.
I might be wrong though, Hootis. I'm always wrong.
So let's do this here. Let me pull this up.
See, this is the path that we go down.
That's not it. Hold on.
She's like, this is the path that we go down, clearly because they're planning to go somewhere specific.
Okay, so just hear me out. Hold on. No, hold on. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay, let me start it over.
See, this is the path that we go down. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Why are they waiting? Okay.
That guy's is a different person.
I agree. Yes, I agree. Now, let me pull up. Hold on.
It's almost like the person is warning the girls because they're not paying attention. So the person is like, guys, because the guy is approaching them and looking at them. So it's like
Okay.
almost like
Well-
that person's like warning them.
So
Like, guys, look.
I'm going to do this. So hold on. Let's see if I can pull it up here.
Everything, Emily. We are talking about everything.
Everything. Okay.
Open
hold on.
chat.
Hold on. Hold on. Let me get there.
But right now we're like contemplating where they went after they went down the hill. Like, what's the possibilities? So if they go to the left, there's water.
Well, when they go down the hill, no.
Oh, okay.
This is what we're going to do. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this to play correctly.
No, 9 out of 10 appellate issues are constitutional issues. That's even worse. Or better, depending how you look at it. Constitutional. Not that our country cares about the Constitution anymore.
Okay, so let's listen to this. Let me see if I can get it to play right.
This is the path that we go down.
Oh,
Can you see that?
yeah.
No path going there, so we have to go down here.
This is minus the background noise.
Right.
Down the hill.
Okay, so
That's without the voices.
yes.
Oh, I
So
love this. I think Charles made this. I think Charlie Murphy is Charles.
yes.
See, this is the path that we are not. There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
Who's she saying that to?
Now, so the before part, who is she saying that to? I think when she says that last part, Abby had just ran across, had just like ran past her.
Uh-huh.
Down the hill.
But the one before that, where she was like, "This is the path that we go down," like,
Listen to these sounds.
it sounds like I know when you're talking, it sounds like I used to think she was talking to her phone because she was filming, but it sounds like she's talking to somebody because the tone of her voice, she's like, "See, this is the path that we go down." Like she's telling that to somebody. And Abby's not there yet.
What are the odds and what are the odds that somebody who approached them on the bridge basically told them they weren't supposed to be up there? When they get to the end, they need to go down. I don't know. It just seems like she's explaining to someone the route they need to take for a reason.
Yeah, I think they were on their way to somewhere specific, whether that be like the shoe tree or whether that be like a geocaching location they were doing. Or like that picture we think someone sent them near the bridge. Maybe they were going to that location for some specific reason to meet up. You know, like they were very definitely going somewhere for a reason. I don't think the person they passed told them like, "Hey, get down from here and go this way." But I do believe they were headed somewhere very distinct for some reason. But I mean,
okay, wait a minute. Who nursing the truth? Personally, I think the video needs to be ignored in the case because it has nothing to do with the case.
it might not. I mean, granted, like there is a possibility where that guy really didn't do anything. Oh. Sorry, Charles. Not Charles. Sorry, Charlie. That's cool. That's even better. My bad.
So the thing is about, once they go down that first hill, and I know, we can't go back and, recreate the terrain, what it was like on that day. And I know that Julie Melvin says that at a specific area, you could go down the second hill to the creek area. But I just don't know where that is. And all of this other information that we have with, I'm just.
I think the phone data, just throw it out because it's been manipulated by who knows who, whether that be the police or the killer. Like,
I think the phone data that's been released absolutely has been piecemealed and cherry picked. Now, if someone was to take the full phone, all of the different phone extractions, and have full access to all of them and give us a better rendition. But the reports that we have, of course, yes, they've been cherry picked. And even with the cherry picking, leads major discrepancies in locations and times and what is making the phone do what it's doing, especially on 4% battery life. That's insane.
Do we think that the defense ever got a hold of like the original extraction? Do they have without cherry picked shit?
I mean, I'm sure they did, but my argument with the defense is that they had put all of their eggs in one basket, and that was the Odin. That was the Odin defense, and they didn't address the layers outside of that. For example, Ron Logan, Keegan Klein, they didn't anticipate. They could have never known that Judge Gall was going to be so extremely biased.
Right. Yeah. I mean, they just went with his treatment in prison, but they really had nowhere else to go without the third party. So, she's crossed the bitch. Yeah, sorry, Charlie is not Charles. Corrected. Sorry. I don't fucking know.
Well, we do know. So we do know. Well, Fungi has done a massive amount of research on family trees in Delphi, and there's certain aspects. There's certain aspects of this case that I feel that we've come to the conclusion that we can completely ignore. And on Monday, when we go into episode 28 of The Vault, we're gonna be discussing loose ends. Prime example, the state's declaration that they claim there was a sound of a gun being racked in the video. So that meant a cartridge was ejected. So the loose end is, how did that cartridge then end up over at the crime scene? That's a loose end. So that's going to be the topic of Monday's Vault episode. And I have a list of things that we're going to be able to talk about. But Fungi has been doing some really, God freaking love her for her tenacity on her research. But we're going to do an episode on, I think I told her I wanted the first 14 days after the murders of all of the archived newspaper reports.
Holy shit.
Who is being interviewed, who's saying what, and she's gotten access to a website that provides her all of that. So I hopefully we can do something with that.
Fuck yeah. And I need the hookup on what that website is, girl.
And then she did a really good graph on what she calls patterns of the phone activity, and where the unidentified phones pop up during certain phone data events that matter, like the unplugging or the plugging in and the unplugging of the in and output port. And I mean, you already know this case is ridiculous. We just you can't ignore anything, but we're going to go over all of that on Monday. And that was another reason why I needed a 2-week break. We needed to after going over all of the phone data for I think 4 or 5 weeks, we needed to, readjust and figure out, okay, where do we go from here? So that was one of my really big deals was, okay, we need a week or two to readjust and figure out what we're going to discuss next. And Monday is going to be about all the loose ends.
Cool. And then you better like punch me when it's time for that Patrick Westphal live. I'll be here.
Well,
I'll be here.
So let's go to the chat and let's see what everybody's saying, because let me see. Critical true crime. I think when we do find out what happened, 90% of the stuff we care about won't matter. Possibly. The video makes no sense to me. None of the phone data makes sense. It does if you're open to the fact that the information that we're being given was manipulated and piecemealed. I mean, law enforcement, Mike Patty was adamant on the eve of the bodies being found that the phone was pinging all over town. And in the phone data videos that we've done, we've showed you where the phone was pinging. And it was pinging all over the place. And you have to ask yourself, okay, was that the phone found under Abby? Or was that a separate phone taken from the scene that belonged to the Patty account that they were tracing?
Yeah.
We just don't know. The state and the Patties have muddied the water so bad that, I mean, for years, we thought Libby had an iPhone gold cell phone, a rose gold cell phone. That is not what was found at the crime scene.
I think that, well, we definitely need, like, if there's a new trial, they better throw all the money at a phone expert. And it better be an Apple phone expert, period. Because that's going to be extremely helpful. That one woman said herself that she could have said a lot more about that phone data. So,
yeah, but she wasn't paid enough money, and she wasn't asked the right questions.
Which takes me to the fact that I have a very strong feeling that Andy will be taking the next trial if there's a next trial, and I'm so concerned. I know he said he'll listen to us, but
Andy, I think Andy has a good heart, and that, I commend him for that.
Amazing heart, amazing person. Nothing wrong with the man as a man.
We need someone for Rick Allen to get down and freaking dirty. Is what we
need. An Alan Jackson.
Don't even get me freaking started. But yes, you're absolutely right. We need an Alan Jackson.
Who do I gotta blow around here to get Alan Jackson on
this? Shut your face.
Because I'll do it.
Yeah, we need an Alan Jackson. Somebody who, head on head, point by point, knows the case like the back of their hand, who is willing to not be so nice and, and here's what frustrates me the most listening to these depositions is these depositions took place long before the trial. Why were these depositions not confronted during the trial? Why was Jerry Holman's deposition not presented to the judge? And the motion to limit what the defense could use for third-party suspects when you've got Jerry Holman in his deposition saying that Keegan Kline said his dad and his dad's friend committed the murders. Like, there's so much overlooked.
Do they not know who they were going to give immunity to him for? Like, was that never looked into? Because they've got it right there where he says he was considering immunity with Keegan. Did they find out pertaining to what and for whom?
Well, and that's what we don't know.
Right.
And it seems so. Well, by the way, little tidbit of information, because I do still communicate with Reese Davis. So for those, I don't even know. I know I touched on this a long time ago, but once all of this came out in the motion to correct error that Michael Osbrook wrote, and Reese Davis became, the spotlight was on him. I had him on the channel, interviewed him, and he basically told his version of events. He was yanked out of his cell block and put in solitary confinement. And when they yanked him out of his cell block, they took all of his personal belongings. And that included all of his notebooks and his case information on his case and things that he had kept track of while he was engaging with Keegan Klein.
Wait, so they did that to him after he came out?
Yes. After the motion to correct error came out, so he was in the same cell block with Keegan Klein.
Right.
Where he claimed that Keegan Klein approached him out of the blue and said, "Hey, I heard you were friends with Ron Logan when Ron Logan was in here." And the conversation went from there. That's on the Delphi playlist. It's under, what is it under? The Devils and something. There's
The Devil's Balls. Sorry.
The Devil's in the Details. That's what it's called. Part 1 and Part 2, where Reese Davis called, and we had him on live. But he's talking about how he talks about how he encountered Ron Logan, befriended him, and then Ron Logan was yanked out by Nick McClelland and was put on house arrest, which Ron Logan had predicted to Reese was going to happen, that Nick McClelland had promised him, "I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to get you out." And within 2 weeks of Nick McClelland taking office as the prosecutor of Carroll County or Delphi, that's what happened. And so Ron Logan was yanked out. Reese Davis sent letters back then that were ignored. And then a couple of years later, Keegan Klein was brought in to Reese's prison. And the block that they're in is a protective block. Keegan Klein is he's considered a sexual predator. So, and then Reese Davis was a self-extracted white supremacist. So they were in this protective block together. And someone had told Keegan that Reese was friends with Ron Logan. And that's how Keegan approached Reese and said, "Hey, I heard you were friends, blah, 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 blah." And then Keegan started opening up. Keegan was then writing letters because if they were on lockdown or if Keegan came up to Reese's cell door, which Reese has pointed out, the whole block is videotaped. If somebody was to pull the videotape, you would see Keegan Klein coming to my cell door and standing there and talking. But if Reese's roommate, because the rooms have, they have a bunk bed and there's 2 people to a room. If Reese's roommate was in the room, he said Keegan wouldn't talk. So Keegan would then basically throw a kite, which is where Keegan would write a note to Reese and send it as a kite, as a, passing a note like in high school. Some of these kites were put in with his letters that he sent to Nick McClelland during the trial, of which Nick McClelland pretended he wasn't getting, where Reese was saying, "Okay, this dude is telling me that him and someone in Ron Logan did this, and he's sending these letters with his letters, and they show up. They want to do a lie detector test. It's a bunch of bullshit. But we find out in Jerry Holman's deposition, months before the trial, months before any of this happened, that this is the same story that Keegan Kline told them when they were searching the Wabash River.
Oh, really?
They already knew it. Yes, they already knew it.
Oh my God.
So Reese and he wants to come on.
So Keegan was trying to give up Ron.
Keegan was giving up his dad, and he said his dad and his dad's friend. Now, that story gets muddied when you listen to what Keegan is telling Reese, and that's Keegan was a friend of Ron's.
Right.
That he was he was hooking up with Ron to fuck with the burner phones and get the Dropbox uploaded, et cetera, et cetera. Mm-hmm. At this point, Keegan is saying the middleman was his dad, but was it really?
That I believe. I kind of believe that. Like his dad was the one selling the phones to Ron and shit.
I don't know. We don't know. But
that makes sense.
We know based on Detective Vito's interrogation of Keegan Kline that they believe there were two different people using that account, that Anthony Schaaf's account, based on the verbiage and the way that people talked.
Okay, whoever the other fucking person is, that's not Keegan, is the killer.
or the third person, if it's Keegan
or involved, yeah,
and somebody else.
Yeah.
And I believe this same person could be the same person who showed up at the one teenage girl's house in the ski mask.
Oh, like it wasn't Keegan who did that? It was this guy?
I don't think it was Keegan. I think it was this other guy.
Oh, wow. It does sound like a Greeno type activity, woman.
Yeah.
Greeno.
Well, then we have the man. So here's the crazy thing. We have the man who approached Julie Melvin outside the courthouse. I have his name. I'm hoping to get an interview with him where he talks about he knew Ron Logan and Mark Kurtz very well.
Mark related to Curtis?
Mark Kurtz related. Mark Kurtz.
Oh, Garrett.
Garrett Kurtz's dad.
Garrett. Got it.
That they were buddies and that they were always running around town trying to pick up young girls, and that they were into CSAM and all different kinds of shit. So when Keegan says, my dad and his friend, I mean, was Keegan like second removed from this crime? Like Keegan was the one handling all of the phone data and
that's what I
think. The Dropbox, and his dad was the one out there doing stuff. I don't know.
Remember, Sergio overlooked the transcripts of Keegan's interview. And this always stuck out to me. He said that the way Keegan said, I didn't know it was them. Like he had said something like he didn't know it was Libby, the Libby he had been talking to till after. Yeah, so it's like he knew it was going down, but he didn't know one of the girls was Libby when it was going down.
And then he recognized her based on German,
right,
on the back of her sweatshirt.
Right. And
then when you listen to Sergio's recount of Ron Logan's, the girl who showed up at his house to do that secret recording
Mhm.
where he's describing when the girls were found. The way that he described that to me was really impactful. Like he was visualizing the bodies being found. I'm going to upload those on my channel.
It seems to me like until Rick Allen, the police were totally focused on whoever Anthony Schatz was that day was the killer, and they would have been right, but they just threw it all away because they couldn't pin it. They couldn't find whoever that was.
Or, and I hate to bring politics into this, but look at what's happened with the Epstein files. When you get the files, you get the Dropbox, and you realize, holy shit.
There's government officials in here.
There's government officials. There's big names in here.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have to find a way to
do this without dropping their names.
To eliminate the connection.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why Keegan Kline went from a highly accelerated main person of interest to sweeping him under the rug with the Dropbox, and all of that has just all completely gone away. And we're left with the obvious, which is there's more to this than just the two girls went out there and ran into a random person.
Absolutely, because they still cannot tell me why they knew he had all that CSAM back in 2017 and he wasn't arrested.
Right.
So what were they protecting? Obviously, they were protecting something. So I think you're right. They were definitely protecting some players in that Dropbox.
No.
I just want Rick out.
Well, I want him to speak out. I want him to speak. I want Kathy to speak. I really wish Kathy would come out and just go ball to the walls with, my husband is innocent and this is why. I don't understand the silence when there's so many people willing to support. And I think that a lot of people following this case, whether I don't care what side of the fence you're on, you can't agree that this man had a fair trial. And that was, let me see, one of the things that I had.
I think someone's definitely told Kathy to stay silent no matter what. I don't know who, but she's taking that advice very seriously.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've also been told too that she's kind of checked out
because of the drama.
And she's gotten like even more so religious than what she was before. She's removed herself from social media, and Eve, the lawyers would advise staying quiet, but and when you think of some of your most profound cases where someone has been wrongfully convicted, it takes a whistleblower. It takes someone coming out and saying, this is why he's innocent. And what better person to do that than his wife? And I'm sick and tired of hearing from, the trash bin, like Delphi Dirt, all of the reasons why they have all of this information. They just can't reveal it. Bullshit. Bullshit. And don't even get me started on that, on Erica Morris and all of them. That's just placated to, the bullshit that she spews. I'm still waiting for her. I'm still waiting for her to drop the receipts that I invited her ass to move into my home. For what? When? Where are those messages? Because I've gone through my messages that I have with her, and those don't exist. which would explain why she's never showed them. Erica Horse, yeah. She's being told that she will harm his case if she speaks up. Yeah, well, I don't know how you could harm his case any worse than what it's already been harmed, to be honest.
I think she got sucked up by some shady fucking people from jump, and we're just shit out of luck where that's concerned. But whatever, all we can do is fight on, even if she's being silent, you know?
Yeah.
But, like, my mom sends me this shit all the time, like articles about Rick Allen, and she was like, everyone's finally agreeing, look at the comments, like, it's gaining so much more traction. We just, like, cannot shut the fuck up. Like, now's the time to keep it going.
Well, yeah. And hopefully this appeal, let me pull, I mean, the 9 constitutional violations are huge.
Constitutional.
And I'm eager to see how they format those. Oh, Michelle, thank you so much. I'm eager to see how they format those in the brief to the Court of Appeals. I think that's going to matter tremendously. Hopefully it's really overwhelming.
Oh my God. Can you imagine the marathon streaming we're going to have, guys? With that appeal?
Oh my God. That's why I want to. So I got completely hook, line, and sinker sunk with work after my Delphi trip, which, by the way, guys, the entire playlist of the trip I've made public today. There's a lot of videos on there that I don't think that I shared publicly. I still have a couple more that I've held back that we're going to go over on the vault. But the whole Delphi Marathon is something that is a major thing that I want to do. I just got sidetracked with work. And I want to do like a whole entire day of a marathon of different aspects of the case where all of us YouTube creators come together and we basically talk and focus on,
our passion.
What we feel about the case is most important, or our angle, yada, yada, yada. So I'm working on putting that together.
Great, because I need that Patrick Westphal live ASAP.
Yeah.
Add that to my show.
Yeah.
Woman is talking about David. I've never heard of this man.
David Kallenberger?
Yeah.
Oh, I did a whole series on him.
She's saying we should show what he has to do with Delphi.
Holy shit. Okay. So David Kallenberger, this was a couple years ago. I did a series on David Kallenberger. The way I got involved in that case was working on Ashley Garth's case. I had an individual messaging me nonstop, all different kinds of information. And this person had actually spent time in the county jail. Which one, I'm not sure. I don't remember. But she spent time in the county jail with Talitha Beckley. For those of you who do not know who Talitha Beckley is, Talitha Beckley was I call her the Palladino Black Widow. The Palladinos live in Monticello. They're big time meth dealers. They import meth from Arizona. They traffic it in, and then they disperse it. And they have a pretty large family. They originate out of California. Yes, All Eyes, absolutely. It's another case that Jerry Holman fucked up.
Oh, I'm in.
So I got the information from a girl who claimed that she had been in jail with Talitha Beckley. who Talitha Beckley was involved with Garrett Kurtz intimately, and also involved with Mark Palladino before the two, Mark Palladino and Talitha Beckley, were arrested for breaking and entering together. They both had a prior record. Mark was sentenced to much more time than Talitha. Talitha got out on bail, but she was waiting for her hearing to come up, for which she was sentenced, yada, yada, yada. After Mark went to jail, Talitha jumped in bed with Jason Palladino. Jason Palladino is Mark's nephew. So while in jail, Talitha Beckley tells this individual that they were involved in a shit ton of crazy murders. They've killed people, dumped them in rivers. They've fed dead bodies to hogs. And they have a place where they go underground to hide from the police. And they answered a call for help to a guy on a motorcycle that they went out to, met up with, beat him, and then shot and killed him and put him in the trunk of a car. That being David Kallenberger. David Kallenberger went missing in 2016. His wife, Valerie, was heavy into meth. And at one point in time, they lived in Delphi and Monticello. So Jerry Holman was assigned the case. This man's Harley Davidson was found on the side of the road, I want to say in Franklinton, Indiana. Franklin or Franklinton, Indiana. I can't remember which. If you go down my playlist, you're going to see part 1, part 2, and then there's an audio call that I received from Brian Phillips, who was David Kallenberger's friend, who claimed that he helped bury the body. And they buried the body in Dave Grader's garage under concrete. Dave Grader was a half-brother of Barry Richards, who was, I believe it was Barry Richards, who at the time was the sheriff of Tippecanoe County. And the sheriff of Tippecanoe County was giving this big meth ring the heads up when search warrants were going to be issued and busts were going to be made. It was Barry Richards and his brother, Tony Richards, who were involved in this whole meth cover-up scheme. So, anywho.
Wait, so that guy said he helped bury the body?
Yes, and he discusses it on my channel.
Did he say where?
Yeah, he said in Dave Grader's garage.
Oh, so no one can go dig it up.
Oh no. Jerry Holman and ISP went out and dug up the garage. And I had boots on the ground there videotaping while they were digging up the garage.
At least he did it.
But Brian Phillips, so just so you guys understand the difference, because people have confused him for different people. So there's two Brian Phillips. There's a Brian Phillips who, shortly after the Delphi murders, sketched a picture of Bridge Guy with flames on the bridge. That's not my Brian Phillips. That sketch was featured in a news article, and it was sent by someone in prison, I think out of state. My Brian Phillips is the Brian Phillips who worked at Indiana Packard's and went to jail for calling in the fake bomb threat to get off work.
Jesus.
But yeah, I covered the case and how the Paladinos took him back to his home and stabbed him, beat him, and then shot him in the house. And anyway, when this stuff was landed on my lap, I'm like, okay, is this a real case? So, and this person messaged me back and she said yes. And she sent me the link to the Facebook group, David Kallenberger Missing. I reached out to the owner, and the owner was David Kallenberger's sister, Kim. Kim had done her own investigation because she could not get help from ISP, and Jerry Holman and all of them were not willing to investigate her brother's disappearance. She purchased her own luminol and went to her brother's home and photographed bloody handprints and bloody blood spills all over the inside of his house.
Oh.
That's all on my lives.
Wow. Okay. I feel like it would be kind of easy to figure out who might be guilty then. I mean,
well, I do have, and this is not hearsay. So there is a tip that Mark Palladino sold Derek German $100,000 worth of ice, meth of some sort.
oh, here we go.
And it was never paid.
No, it's my impersonator. Hi, Joshua.
And then we have Talitha Beckley. This is how I can't even, and I can't wait to get Fungi on, who's done all of the family trees of all of the locals. I mean, it's literally like a fabric.
I know you don't go on Twitter much, but Spooky a couple months back was talking about somebody that's associated with the Palladinos somehow. They had just found human remains on their property, and this couple was arrested in the area because they didn't disclose human remains or some shit. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No. Where?
Okay, let me try to find this on her Twitter. Oh wait, I think she fucking deleted it though.
She deletes everything.
There was Does anybody who is listening to this know what I'm talking about? She posted the case, like the story, that this couple in the Indiana area that had something to do with the Palladinos, there was human remains on their property. Okay, let me.
So that's so freaking funny that you say that because, okay, Google it.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'll be on that. You do your thing. I'm going to try to hunt for it. 6045 Hodges Drive in Monticello, right off of 600, is the Palladino compound. It is a corner lot. Well, it's behind a corner lot, and there's two trailers that sit on that lot. And the first trailer is owned, the first lot, well, it's all owned by the Palladinos, but the one Palladino that you never hear about, but has all of the money, in control of everything, is Curtis. Curtis is the dad to CJ and Jason Palladino. Big Curtis and Mark are brothers. Big Curtis, is the dad to CJ, short for Curtis, and Jason. He lives in Yemen. So wait, I just got it. I just found it. She deleted her account, but I asked her, who are Mr. and Mrs. Fawcett in relation to Kokomo Crew? It was Mr. and Mrs. Fawcett were arrested because they had human remains on their property.
Where's their property?
I don't know. I gotta find out who the fuck they are.
Well, how did the Paladinos names come up in it?
She's deleted her shit, so
Hold on, someone just sent me a link. Critter Mama, who are you asking? Who is she?
Mr. and Mrs. Fawcett. Was it Fawcett, Indiana? All I have to do is look them up on my case if I have their first name.
Okay, hold on. Let me see.
Indiana. Arrest.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna watch this together. Huh? Hang on. Let me share my screen. We'll watch this together and see what it is. Can you see that?
Yes. I see a link on an email. Is that right? I don't see anything else. I just see the email.
Okay, so you don't see the video?
No.
Okay, hang on. Let me try this again. Okay, here we go.
Okay, I see it.
This afternoon, when forensic investigators returned to this home on Old Orchard Lane in Wheatfield, Indiana. This after spending nearly all day here yesterday. It was not long after the Jasper County Sheriff's Department put out a statement saying this was all part of an investigation that began on September the 20th, when they received a report that an individual had allegedly confessed to acquaintances about killing 2 of their undocumented children and burning their bodies in a backyard fire pit at their residence. This is that residence, though the sheriff confirms the person in question no longer live here. They were, however, according to the release, located and interrogated the very same day the report was received. Though they deny the allegations, investigators say an unregistered child who was in their care was taken into protective custody as the investigation continued. That investigation led them here yesterday morning, and it is here, they say, with the cooperation of the current residents, that forensic investigators, along with cadaver dogs, were brought to search. The cadaver dogs alerted to 3 separate locations on the property. A preliminary search at these locations uncovered partial bone fragments. The sheriff confirming for me earlier that what they mean by undocumented children is that these may have been children who were not registered at birth. The sheriff also confirmed that at this point, no one has been taken into custody because they simply cannot confirm that a crime has been committed until those bone fragments are identified.
What?
Couple of it. Was that the Fawcett? That's who Spooky was talking about? Was that the
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
Oh, that's
Hi.
different.
Sorry.
That's
What is going on? What is happening? Good Lord. Sorry about that, guys. Wheatfield, Indiana. So I wonder where she got the connection to the Paladinos for that. Hey, Great Lakes.
Never mind, I found it. Okay. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong with what she was saying. Maybe it was related to the Kokomo crew and not specifically the Paladinos, but aren't they related to the Kokomo crew? Not related, but like involvement.
I've never been able to make that connection with them.
Okay.
They seem to be a really tight-knit group of just family. That's why I call Talitha Beckley the Black Widow of the group, because she protects them at all costs, and they protect her at all costs. And I can't find. So Andy,
I found this story. So a father and son are facing charges. It wasn't a couple, it was a father and son. Dana Fawcett and Andrew Fawcett, both of Florida. They were arrested for failure to report human remains. The men reportedly waited at least 6 hours before calling authorities after they realized Wendy Taylor had passed away in their rural Florida living room.
What? That's different than a child.
They're two different stories. They're two totally.
Okay, so here.
Just ignore me. Let's just forget what I was talking about.
No. Andy Copsa. Andy just sent me an email with. Okay. Oh.
Oh, what?
No.
Show us.
This is it. This is it right here. Oh shit. Kim hasn't even messaged me about this. Oh my God.
Let me see. What?
Okay, hang on. Close. Can you see my screen?
Bones found during Kallenberger search. Oh!
Okay, so it said, okay. So it says a search of a missing Lafayette man was postponed when friends and family discovered what they believed to be human bones. He's somebody's dad, said Kallenberger's stepbrother, Brad Scott. He's somebody's son. He's somebody's brother. He has a family that loves him. Friends and family of Lafayette resident David Kallenberger have been searching for answers since he went missing in March. After many tips on where he could be, they searched parts of Tippecanoe County Sunday. Scott said he felt empty ever since he heard the news. I don't know who this Scott person is. Last time I've seen my brother was 2 years ago at my wedding. Okay, wait a minute. When was this? This can't be right. We were given several different locations by a psychic, and we were just trying to bring my brother home and give him what he deserves. The search party met in Battleground Sunday afternoon. That sounds right. Some of the group had never met him, like volunteer Tanya Myers. The family needs to be able to put him to rest and be able to move on, said Myers. The search started at a one-lane bridge in Battleground and ended at the amphitheater. About an hour into the search, something was found while digging in a wooded area. I saw rib bones, I saw leg bones, something that appeared to be a pelvis bone, Myers said. I just hope it's not my brother. I do and I don't, said Scott. Deputies from the Tippecanoe County Sheriff's Office soon arrived, followed by the Indiana State Police. The family had already called ISP earlier to prepare them. The search party watched as ISP checked out the bones in the wooded area. After hours went by, First Sergeant Jerry Fat Fucking Face Holman of the ISP's Lafayette Post talked to the group. We came out, took photos of the bones that were found, had 2 pathologists look at them, and they determined that they were not human remains, said Holman. He said the bones are possibly from a deer. Even though the family did not find David Kallenberger, they say, we'll continue looking until they get closer. I really appreciate everybody's help, said Scott. I definitely can't do it by myself. Nobody can. Thanks, Jer. So I don't know if that.
Now I'm getting into this David Kallenberger thing.
Oh, the David Kallenberger case is horrific. And we go into some really.
They stopped him when he was still alive, and he said he had someone on the way to help him when he was broken down.
Mm-hmm.
Did they ever determine who was on the way?
Well, the Grand Dam that was reported there was a tow truck driver who pulled over and asked him if he needed help, and he said no, that he had someone coming. And then there was reportedly a Grand Dam that pulled in behind him. And what it boils down to is his wife was heavy into meth. And he was actually leaving Indiana to go to Florida to stay with his sister Kim. And his wife thought that he was going to snitch on everybody.
Oh.
And if she was involved with Barry Richards and Tony Richards and Dave Grader, their source could well be the Palladinos. Have you not ever listened to Brian Phillips' phone call?
No.
Have any?
I didn't even know about this guy.
Anybody in chat? Have you ever listened to the Brian Phillips phone call? Because I'll play it.
Spooky, I love you. I was talking about you about but I was like I got us distracted on a stupid pointless rabbit hole about the human remains. But hi, Spooky, I love you.
The crazy thing about the Palladinos is that on top of the David Kallenberger case being brought up was Talitha Beckley also told this girl that she buried her own baby in the woods. And I have screenshots from back in 2016 where Talitha Beckley is talking about on Facebook being pregnant. And she's describing this scenario. This she's a piece of work. She's describing, hey guys, I need advice. I have a friend who's X amount of long pregnant. She's getting ready to be locked down for some time and doesn't know what to do. She doesn't want to have the baby in jail. And then somebody starts commenting on there, and Talitha turns around and says, okay, the friend is myself. Yes, I'm pregnant and I'm getting ready to go on lockdown because she was being sentenced to go to prison. And she admits that it's herself that's pregnant. Well, then a couple of weeks go by and this guy comes on the post and basically is like, where's my effing baby? I've opened up a CPS case on you. I want to know where my baby is. You are like 30 some weeks pregnant. What did you do with my baby? So I'm like, is this the baby that she buried in the woods?
So it's looking like that Valerie's
dead.
Valerie's dead.
Valerie is dead. Valerie OD'd. Valerie had a twin sister who is also, I believe, dead.
Oh my God.
Everything is intertwined. And this Brian Phillips was a friend of David Kallenberger's, and he was a part of the little meth group. And
Tim is dead too. Everyone's fucking dead.
Yeah, Tim is dead. Everybody's dead. He came forward to Kim, which is David Kallenberger's sister, and said, I can't lie anymore. I'm going to confess what I know. And then he went, now this has just been like in the last 2 years. No, he did not do the drawing of the BG on the bridge with flames. No, I already went over that. This is not the same Brian Phillips. This is the Brian Phillips who worked at Indiana Packard's and called in the fake bomb threat to get off work for the day. 2 different people. So he went forward to Jerry Holman, and Kim gave him my phone number. And so when he called me, I just so happened to be sitting at my laptop. And when I realized who it was, because she had already called and told me this guy had reached out to her and told her what he knew, I started recording. Do you want me to play it?
Yes, please.
Okay. I mean, this gets crazy.
I'm all in now.
Holy crap. This was a doozy. And let me see.
Because it would seem his wife picked him up. She probably had some fucking meth guys with her, and they did it at
Well,
his own home.
he came on a live and told the whole story live.
Oh yeah, so
More so than what he says on this phone call. So hold on, let me pull it up.
Tons of resumes every day and don't have time to carefully review them all, which means that one tiny mistake.
Boy, let me tell you.
It starts out quiet, but trying to do
I want to do the right thing.
Okay.
That was my friend. In every sense of the word, that was my friend. But I gotta be honest with you.
Okay.
My attorney doesn't trust Coleman, and he is strongly advising keep your mouth shut and remain silent.
Your attorney is telling you that?
Yeah.
And that's because he thinks Detective Holman is, well, he's now a lieutenant, but that's because they think Lieutenant Holman is a dirty cop?
He doesn't, number one, he doesn't trust Detective Holman. Number two, because of the issues in my own past that I have had and the extensive criminal history and the extensive criminal record that I have, he's afraid that they can charge me with murder.
Okay.
He's also, so it comes down to, you know, do I listen to him? And take my chances?
Well,
and do the right thing? Or do I just not? I can't do that to Kim, though.
I understand.
I cannot.
Listen, this is the best advice that I can give you. I'm not an attorney. Okay. And I don't want you to put yourself in jeopardy. Even if you don't feel that your level of involvement rises to the level of murder, the knowledge that you have of what transpired and the time that's gone by that you've kept silent, somebody could hold that against you, especially if the people who were directly involved are no longer with us. Do you understand what I'm saying?
We're talking.
Huh? I'm sorry?
I'm here.
I want you, I'm not going to tell you what to do. I know I did speak with Kim today. I know what you conveyed to her. I commend you for speaking up. I understand that you were kind of caught in the middle of the whole situation and you were afraid, especially, when there's law enforcement involved, that's not on the up and up, that puts you in a precarious situation.
Miss Lynn, I'm not so much worried about the police. I don't care. I'm not worried about Holman. I'm not worried about Kendall.
Let me ask you this. Do you think during the investigation of David's disappearance, do you feel that ISP was covering up the case, or do you?
Of course.
You do.
What investigation? There was no investigation. 165 potential witnesses or 165 potential leads, my ass.
I have a challenge for you. I want to know if you'd like to write a book, your own book, in only 10.
Hey, he kind of sounds like him.
My dog could do a better job. And I got the dumbest dog in the world.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
What? But why do you?
I don't
think?
know at what point.
Why do you think that is, though? Why do you think that is? Why do you think that? What about David? Why would they want to cover David's disappearance up?
It was fucking Valerie. Pardon my French. Pardon my French. There was a lot of going on. And if there wasn't, well, there was something going on. There was something going on. Because they were awful fucking friendly. And he definitely wasn't trying to put her in jail.
Holman or Kimball or who? Rector? Kimball, okay.
At some point, up until the point where they allegedly promoted Kendall and he moved on, Holman and everybody else were in the background. They weren't even part of the investigation. The case was Kendall's. That's why it stalled. That's why it never went anywhere. He wasn't trying to investigate. I'm gonna. 2017, Kendall came and saw me in the county jail on Veterans Day.
Mm-hmm.
I told him the truth.
When was that?
Well, hold on. I take that back. I didn't tell him the whole truth, nothing but the truth. But I tried to put him on the right path and lead him down the right path to where he could have solved the whole entire thing. You know what he did with the information? Took it and tossed it straight in the trash.
When was that?
The following week, when my attorney came to visit me, I asked him point blank whether or not he had talked to Kendall about what Kendall and I had talked about. He said no. I didn't get no phone call. I didn't get no email. Nobody called my office.
And when was that you told Kimball?
2017. 2017, Pat Harrington and the prosecutor that were prosecuting my case both told my attorney that they weren't interested in the case that they were trying to solve. They would rather put me in prison for the rest of my life where I belong. And that's exactly what they were trying to do. They were trying to bury me. That's what I'm afraid of.
Right.
That's what I'm afraid of. Because as soon as Pat Harrington and Mr. Silva find out that the information is possibly coming from me, they're going to turn around and they're going to stab me in the back and they're going to try and bury me and they're going to fuck me. I see it coming.
Well, can you tell me why David is dead?
There's a lot of speculation, Miss Lynn. There's a lot of speculation. I mean, for a known fact, no. The only thing I can do is speculate. The only thing I can do is tell you what I was told. Everybody was afraid that he was going to tell on us for what was going on. But if you look back and you think about it now, Miss Lynn, and you look at it with a clear head, if we were smart enough to actually listen to the man, then I probably wouldn't have gone to prison for 9 years. Tony would probably still be alive. Don't know whether or not Valerie would be alive. And I sure know that the True Bloods wouldn't be sitting in prison for the rest of their lives either.
Who are the True Bloods?
It's all part of our little all part of our little dope ring.
And that involved Tony Richards and Barry Richards and.
Miss Lynn, how do you think all of the dope was getting into Lafayette? Barry Richards was sheriff.
Right.
He was Tony's brother was sheriff.
Right.
How do you think all of the dope was getting in?
Okay.
He was getting his. Why do you think that the Palominos and the True Bloods and everybody and the upper up how they're still sitting out on the streets without ever going to prison or without ever catching a dope case?
Did you say the Paladinos?
I should correct myself and I should say the True Bloods, but if I'm not mistaken, and they're who I think they are, the Paladinos are the ones that where everybody's getting their shit from.
From who? Mark? Jason?
Huh?
Mark? Jason?
Ma'am, I don't know. I'm low down on the totem. I'm low down on the totem pole. They got so many people. If they got so different runs, But I will tell you this. Much. Delphi and Kokomo are where we used to go get our shit at.
Okay. Do you know Talitha Beckley?
What's going on today?
We're filming a bunch of insurance commercials. So many
Mascots coming through.
Hold, please.
At NJM, we don't do mascots.
Get to it, Fox.
We do what's right when things go wrong.
Missing a
Who?
Talitha Beckley.
The name sounds familiar. I might know her by name. But listen, Miss Lynn, I want to tell you one other thing. Okay, I'm listening to part of the podcast that you and Ken did, and they're talking about how she knew about the trunk and how she knew about this and how she knew about that.
Yes.
Back in 2017, everybody in the county jail had a story about David.
Okay.
If they could get out of jail. And if they could get out of jail, they were all willing to come forward and testify and tell and do this and do that and this and that and this and that. So depending upon what day of the week it was, everybody had a story. Oh, I was there. Oh, I witnessed it. Oh, this is what I heard. Oh, this is that. That's it. I heard that. I heard this. So it all depends on who you really actually want to believe or who you would actually put, faith in the story. Because let me tell you what, the stories were all a dime a dozen. That was one of the hottest topics, hottest topics at the time.
So then tell me, what is the truth? Because I was contacted and told that Talitha Beckley had direct knowledge about David's disappearance and what happened to him, and she is very connected to the Paladinos. Very connected.
And ma'am, I'm not saying that she doesn't. I'm not saying that her story is a lie. I'm not saying that her story is the truth, because I don't know. Now, I will say this much. There probably is a good chance that, yes, ma'am, she may very well be telling you the truth. She may be telling you part of the truth.
Well, why don't you tell me your truth and tell me what you know or what you were told or what you witnessed. And if you don't want to, you don't have to.
Hold on a second.
Okay. Hi, Kathy. Yeah, well, I was told that CJ Palladino would cook meth wherever he could. In the trunk of a car, the backseat of a car. That's how he lost an eye. That's how he lost an eye.
It wasn't just Monticello.
Okay.
It was probably, and it expanded all the way out in Chicago into a different state.
Okay.
Up north.
I understand what you're saying. I've heard that.
I mean, ma'am, I will tell you this much. I was running dope all the way up to Chicago and back.
Okay. Can
By myself.
Can I ask you what kind of dope it was? Was it heroin? Was it meth?
Methamphetamine. Well, let me correct myself, ma'am. It was the generic version of methamphetamine. It was that bullshit shake and bake stuff. It was not real meth. It was not real crystal methamphetamine.
Okay, let me interject here, guys, because Shabugs has to go on lunch break. That's okay. I will message you, and I may bring you on for the Westfall scoop. And in the meantime, I got Fungi with us.
What's up?
What's up? Kathy's with us. Love my Kathy. I love all my mods. Indy Cindy, I'm about to give you a wrench just because. So
it's called Spanner.
Yeah. So how we got derailed onto the Brian Phillips phone call that took place like 2 years ago was we were talking about, the different third-party suspects, the stuff that I went over. The last live that I did about Patrick Westfall, we touched base on we touched base on the Palladinos with the tip that came in that Mark Palladino had sold Derek German $100,000 worth of ice, and Derek never paid for it. And there's tentacles from that storyline regarding Sheena Cottrell, aka Sheena Dillon, who claimed that she witnessed the murders. But there's different information in this tip, which aligns with that. So anyway, it kind of all led to the Palladinos, the conversation leading into the David Kallenberger case, which I covered several years ago, that led to this phone call that I got from Brian Phillips. Not the Brian Phillips who drew the photograph of the BG with the flames, but he is the Brian Phillips who worked for Indiana Packards and called in the fake bomb threat to get off work. So that's how we got on this phone call. And that's where we're at. So I don't know if you guys want me to finish playing this. It's all on my playlist. This phone call in its entirety is on my video list. Let me see. So I don't, here, I was going to pull this up really fast too. Hold on one second. Kind of bouncing around here. This was just a open chat live. And it's kind of led down different rabbit holes, which is fun. So here is, can you guys see? This is Talitha Beckley, guys. Talitha Beckley is the actual real co-conspirator with Garrett Kurtz in the Nicole Bowen murder. She was having an intimate relationship with Jason Palladino. And unbeknownst to Jason Palladino, she was also being intimate with Garrett. And the two of them, I believe, had reason to get rid of Nicole. One, because of the Ray Hainish murder, and two, because Nicole was going to snitch about the Palladinos' drug ring. She was only sentenced to 8 years because Garrett covered for her during the investigation into Nicole Bowen's murder. However, I do have Garrett Kurtz on audio recording admitting that he did just that he saved her from a life sentence. So she was recently released from prison, I believe this last year. And this is her. Hi, Talitha. Speaking of the devil.
I'm calling you.
Do you guys, Ashley's calling. Do you guys want to hear from Ashley? Say yes or no really quick. Yes?
An inmate at the Indiana Department of Corrections.
Can you guys hear?
Indiana Women's Prison.
Yes, I can.
To accept this call,
She's going to be, she was calling for me to review her latest filing in her case.
Facility, press 9.
Cool.
This call is from a corrections facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. Thank you for using GTL.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Guess what?
Hi.
I am live right now, and you are on the live stream.
Oh my gosh.
Surprise!
Okay. Hi.
Cherie's in the chat. I should send her the link. But Cherie's in the chat, and you just called. I told you I was going to probably do a live this afternoon. Everybody in chat saying hi, Ashley. Hi, Ashley.
Hi, Ashley.
Hey.
You don't know me, but hi.
Yeah, that's Great Lakes fungi. So I know I caught you off guard, but I just anything that, so as we're on the eve of getting ready to go over your case, anything that you want to say to everybody that could, we've got 120 viewers right now, that we could encourage them to stop in and listen as we go over your recent court filings and the background of your case. Anything you want to say to them to get them to come and listen, at least to understand your case?
Golly. I mean, I appreciate all the support and everybody, like I said. But also, I just encourage to listen to the truth. And
do me a favor, baby. Talk louder. Just talk a little bit louder for me.
To listen to the truth and not what everybody else has to say. It just doesn't make fucking sense.
No, that's true. So everybody's saying hi, Ashley. So just to take another U-turn in the live, we're really quick. So Ashley's attorneys have filed. So of course, the appellate court denied her post-conviction relief. Ashley had to meet 9 prongs in her case. She met 8 of them, and there was one that the appellate court disagreed with. And so her attorneys filed a motion to transfer to the Supreme Court of Indiana, which is where we're at now. So there was a motion that was filed for transfer to the Supreme Court. And me and Cherie are going to go over all of that on Sunday, what those motions discuss. And then the state filed a response, which was their opposition to the transfer, which their argument wasn't anything but, we uphold what the appellate court decided. And then Ashley's attorneys filed their response. So now it is in the hands of the Supreme Court whether they are going to take up her case or not. We are very hopeful that with the arguments that have been raised, we believe that Ashley has more than met the 9 prongs. We know for a fact that she's met 8 to either have her conviction vacated or a new trial. So that's where we are. So we are now on countdown mode until the Supreme Court rules. And then we have some other things that we're working on in the meantime, that if the Supreme Court denies the motion for transfer, that there's still other filings that we can do. So we are not done working on this case by any stretch of the means.
Let's get her
Ashley?
out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything you want to add to that?
No, I don't think so. Gosh, my cheeks are so hot right now. I did not expect this.
Your cheeks are hot. Are you embarrassed? I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay.
I don't think anybody. I don't think anybody's heard your voice.
Yeah.
Tell them what you're doing. Tell them what you've done. Tell them what you've done since you've been incarcerated. Tell them what life has been like. Just kind of give a brief summary of the classes and the jobs and the things that you've been doing while you're, waiting for the wheels of justice to turn.
Well, I mean, I've done just about all the mental health groups and classes that I can do. Right now I work for a program that sews stuff for nonprofit organizations, that they get our stuff and then they auction it off and make money. We make stuff like dog beds and clothes and all kinds of fun stuff. So we give a lot back to the community, and so that makes me feel good. I'm about to do RWI, which is a recovery while incarcerated, and it's a substance abuse class. I've done some since I've been, not here, but when I was out on bond, I did some relapse prevention classes, and so I haven't done anything since then, so I figured might as well get some more under my belt, because addiction's an ongoing thing. And even when we're recovering, you can never have too many lessons of, how to learn coping skills.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and do you want to tell them about your visits with your son?
Oh, yeah. So I get 2-hour visits once a month down in the chapel of the church, and Chevy looks like a big mean teenager, but he's really just all cuddly and lays in my lap and loves on me the whole time. So I can't ask for a better time. I mean, it's 2 hours, not long enough, but it's great bonding. And in the summer times, the moms here get to have their kids come all day for 8 hours, and they have like a kids camp outside, and we have a whole bunch of
awesome
house and just fun games and stuff. So.
Oh, that's so cool.
I don't know what this means to you, but Four Pits, Josh is in the chat, and he says, "Tell Ashley, CC has Thule and his son locked up." Do you know what that means?
Say what?
He says, "Tell Ashley, CC has Thule, Toolie, and his son locked up."
Okay.
Do you know what that means?
Maybe I know who Thule and his son is. The people that I've known my whole life.
Okay.
I don't really know what the other part means, but okay.
Okay.
I mean, if you keep playing those, dirty games with That lifestyle is what happens.
So I don't think that anybody listening now knows what we have planned going forward, but you're going to be doing some interviews with us live on the channel. And we're going to talk a lot about domestic violence. And I know that you've done some work on that while you've been in there. Is there anything that you have to say about your case in that regards to the domestic violence and the state of mind that it puts you in?
I mean, it took me a long time to get over that trauma, really. Like, I didn't realize, like, how affected I was by it until I took a step back and noticed, like, you know, anxiety is a real thing, depression is a real thing, and just PTSD of, you know, loud noises or sudden movements, like, those are all real things. And nightmares that you can't control. And being here, I've seen it more times than not that a lot of these women have been in domestic abuse situations. You have 60 seconds remaining. That there's just not a lot of help for us. There's not a lot of help for, you know, people who are in the victim mentality to get out of it.
Right. All right. Well, it's 3:40. Are you off work now?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you? What time? What time's dinner?
I'm not going, so I can call back whenever.
Okay. Give me a call back around 5.
All right. Sounds great.
Okay. Love you.
All right. Love you too.
All right. Bye.
Thank you for using GTL.
Oh, that was perfect timing. That's the first time I've ever had her on here.
Wow. Like, I was trying to think of like a good question to ask, but it's like I don't even know what kind of question. I don't know. It just seems like she seems really impressive though. Like she seems really strong. I don't know if I could be that strong, man.
It's taken her years to get. I mean, Ashley was a strong person before Garrett.
Wow.
Garrett just completely beat her down and isolated her and destroyed her, you know, self-confidence, her self-esteem. And that was
wow. I seriously don't. I just cannot fathom how strong you have to be.
Yeah.
You know, just in general.
She's been through it, and the guilt of, I mean, to be honest, I have to, because Ashley is easy to bring to tears. So like asking her about Nicole Bowen and that night and what she witnessed, you know, she'll be the first to tell you that me and Nicole were not friends, but what happened to her, she did not deserve. And just the imagery of what she witnessed, it will make her very emotional. So
that's trauma in itself. I mean,
yeah,
that's another thing. I mean, it's hard to ever overcome that.
It is. Indy Cindy said she sent me another. Okay, let me look, because was this the? I'm wondering. So Indy Cindy said that she sent another article about a truck that was seen picking David Kallenberger up, but it was my impression that it was that a tow truck? Oh, I would love to review David Kallenberger's case on here, because that case is very interesting, and it all relates to Delphi. It does. I mean, all of these people are connected. Let me see.
So, Amy, I found something interesting the other day.
Okay.
I'm not sure if this guy. Oh no, why don't you go? Yeah, you can keep going with this.
Hold on one second. Cindy, I'm going to review this. I'm not going to do it while we're live, because this is a lot of information. I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to touch back on it. But thank you for sending this to me. Chester, yes, I'm okay. I had work. I had a whole bunch of things going on. The Vault will be back on Monday with an episode on loose ends. Don't worry, we're on it. So, okay, let me get out of here. Thank you, Cindy, for sending me that. I need to get Kim back on here, David's sister. So go ahead, Fungi. What were you saying?
Yeah, so I'm not sure 100% if this guy is related to a familiar face or not. Can you hear me all right? My computer's kind of far away, and I just want to make sure.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. But let me see. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find the exact article here. There was a fire. This wasn't in Carroll County. It wasn't, but it was in Michigantown, Indiana. Not really. I probably should look at where that is on a map, but it's kind of relevant because this blaze killed 4 children. This happened in 1991. And it was on New Year's Day, and it was the second deadly fire to hit this Michigan town in 3.5 years. And what happened was 4 children died in it. But interestingly, one of these children was named Sarah Evans, and she was the daughter of Clinton County prosecutor Lewis Evans.
Okay.
Not sure if that's related to our guy Shane Evans, but
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I've been looking into some stuff, and that's one clipping I have here that very interesting. But yeah, so it's interesting though because they said, here's the part of the article. It says, so John and Sarah Randall, not spelled like the Randalls of Delphi. It's Randall, not LE. So a little different. They escaped injury by jumping through their bedroom window. 3 of the couple's children died. They were identified by the Clinton County Sheriff's Department. So this took place in Clinton County, as Megan, 10, Elizabeth, 6, and 5-year-old Johnny. The 4th victim was Sarah Evans, the daughter of Clinton County prosecutor Lewis Evans, who went to the scene as a member of a stress debriefing team for emergency personnel. Okay. Neighbors said Randall, a preacher, this is interesting, at the Hopewell United Methodist Church. So just thought that was interesting because I have actually another article on a preacher from Delphi after this. He's a preacher at the Hopewell Methodist Church, and that was right next door to the house. He and his wife worked feverishly to rescue the children. She just came running in and said the house is on fire. Call the fire department, said Jeannie Thompson. Oh, look, Thompson. That's another fun last name. He was walking barefooted, trying to get a ladder and trying to get to the children. Thompson said Mrs. Randall told her she was awakened by screams from one of the children. She said she heard something drop on the floor and heard one of the kids scream that she couldn't see. The state fire marshal's office blamed the blaze on a short circuit in wiring between the 1st and 2nd floors. Which is, I guess, maybe if it's a short circuit, babe, I'm talking to my husband here, babe, could it have possibly burnt through the wiring and caused a lighting fixture to fall or something? So no, that he says no because usually it's going to be secured with a screw or something. So this is interesting. So I guess so I don't know how really possible that is. FYI, I'm not looking at chat, guys. I don't have it open right now. Sorry. I was trying to concentrate on reading these articles. But anyway, but they said that it was from a short circuit wiring between the 1st and 2nd floors. The coroner, Larry Rothenberger, said autopsies be performed. He said smoke inhalation was likely the cause of death. They have a fourth child, Christina, who was staying overnight at a church New Year's Eve party in Frankfurt, 5 miles away. He said the last body, Rothenberger, the coroner, said the last body was not removed from the gutted house until 8 a.m. or more than 5 hours.
We lost your sound, Mama. Great Lakes, you're muted.
Muted.
There you go. Yeah, you were muted for the last 20 seconds.
Where was I? Rothenberger said the last body was not removed from the gutted house until 8 a.m. or more than 5 hours after the fire was reported. It's a devastating thing, but they have deep faith. They'll rebound from it, said the Reverend Don Weaver. Hey, look, another freaking last name, because there's like literally 5 last names in this like, all in the surrounding counties. I swear to God. Yeah, and so so and then the fire, there was a previous fire. This fire that I'm talking about took place in 1991. There was a previous fire in August 1987 that took the lives of a couple and 2 grandchildren as well, is what they mentioned. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Oh, that's incomplete. What she's showing here, these are family dreams.
This is just a little bit of what's going on behind the scenes.
That's what I do. Yeah, I send her a lot of stuff. Yeah, but so you know how this guy, so apparently this child was staying over at this Delphi, or not Delphi, I just got it says I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the name of the church again. Sorry guys. Hopewell United Methodist Church. He was the preacher there. And I kind of found that interesting because look, there's a search function. Because there is a few more things if the search function wants to work. Look, no, okay. Well, that's my life. Yeah, so there was a couple of other things. I don't have them handy right now. I was kind of compiling them for you, but there's been an interesting history in Delphi of, well, not Delphi, just Delphi, but kind of Carroll County, a few of the surrounding adjacent counties, and of arson and children dying, which I just feel like there's an abnormal amount of children dying in fires in this area, and I am working to compile that. So that's a little sneak peek. But,
yeah, the fires are going to be really interesting. Oh, thank you, Michelle. Oh, thanks. She says loving the variety show today. Yeah, it's been a variety. There was something, I'm trying to remember where I put it in the last week, which has been completely chaotic for me. I want to say Quester sent it about, what is his name? Oh, the mayor of Delphi.
Cameron Yates?
No, the other one, the old one, who's now a judge. Is it Shane?
Shane Evans?
Shane Evans. Doesn't he? Okay. Where is it? I don't know if he sent it by email.
I think I know what you're talking about. One sec. Yeah. Let me find it.
Where is it? Is it in our email thread or is it in our Facebook thread?
I think it is. No, I'm pretty sure it was the email thread. Yep, it's in the email thread. It's from November 25th, I believe.
Oh, well, thanks. November 20, you said 25th?
Yeah, no, this is from the last stream someone sent us about Travis Lee Evans. Shane Evans' uncle.
It's his uncle?
Just look for Travis Lee Evans. So he molested his, well, darn it, I'm trying to help you out with censoring for YouTube.
Here we
but
go.
I
got it. Okay, so here is, for me, a newly fun fact. And you said it's his uncle.
Travis's. Yeah, I am going to look and see if this prosecutor is related to him, but I suspect he is, just because it seems like a lot of the lawyering families tend to be lawyering.
So this was dated November 5th of 2018. Can you guys see that? Yes, you can. Okay. So sentencing
Human
follows
garbage.
Conviction of child molesting, sexual misconduct with a minor, child exploitation. This is Shane Evans' uncle, if I'm to understand that correctly. A former Cass County Sheriff's deputy convicted of child molesting, sexual misconduct with a minor, and child exploitation was sentenced to 152 years Monday. Travis Lee Evans,
you say?
Yo. Travis,
no.
Yeah, somebody who could have flashed a real badge on the bridge, like, you're not allowed to be up here. Just saying. Travis Lee Evans, 43, of Logansport, was found guilty last month in Cass County Superior Court on 6 counts of child molesting. This is like really small. Hold on, let me enlarge it here.
Do you like me to read it? I have it.
Yeah, can you read it? Because once it gets down that small, I can't read it.
I got it in my email. I could just I'm just gonna cheat a little bit here.
It says 6 counts of child molestation, a Class A felonies, and 3 at level 1 felonies, 3 counts of sexual misconduct with a minor, all level 4 felonies, and buckle up. This is a long one. I don't remember having a conversation about former Cass County Sheriff's Deputy Travis Lee Evans. He quit the Sheriff's Department after 8 years in January of 2017. In September of 2017, he was arrested after a short standoff at his home in Logansport for sexual abuse of a child, and was later sentenced to 152 years in prison. So he loses his career in January of 2017. He was an adept Snapchat user, even giving one of his victims a phone loaded with a tracking app that they use to communicate. What have we been saying? He lives less than 25 miles from Freedom Bridge. A cop would know not to leave DNA. A cop would know how to use his authority to subdue young girls. A cop would have a closet of old blue windbreakers. A disgraced cop would look like hell. Travis Lee Evans is also a former Marine. More interesting is that Travis has 2 previous marriages. One ex lives in Marshalltown, Iowa, about an hour from the Evansdale, Iowa, where Lyric and Elizabeth disappeared. Travis's brother and nephew share the same name and are long Delphi residents. In fact, his nephew is the former, so it's his nephew. Yeah, so it's his uncle. In fact, his nephew is the former Delphi mayor who resigned in 2020 to become the deputy prosecutor for Carroll County. Shane Evans Sr., Travis Lee Evans' brother, owns property, would provide access to the Webbers. Ooh, I miss this. I fucking miss this. Travis Lee Evans' brother owns property, would provide access to the Webbers driveway, High Bridge through the woods and under Route 25.
Wait, so who is his brother?
Also, Travis is listed as 5'6" in court documents. I'm adding a full body photo of Travis when he was still a deputy. Look at the way he's dressed. I missed that. Okay, now I need to figure out who the hell owns property that would provide access to the Weber's driveway. What?
Oh, I just so happen to be working on some of this stuff, as you know.
Okay, I'm waiting for some. Sean and Travis are brothers.
Sean Evans, yeah.
No, Sean.
1 second. I have it written down here. I have physical papers, which is unheard of, but yes. Yeah, so here, I mean, I can list off everyone's last name who in 2017.
Well, wait a minute. Hold that thought, because I feel like we need to dive into this much deeper than just off the cuff.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I don't see any evidence.
Mr. Biggles, I'm going to need you to email me that information. Shane's parents live right at the bridge.
But did they in 2017?
Shane Evans was the previous mayor in Delphi. So there's a difference between Shane and Sean. So if Travis and Sean are brothers, but if the parents, Evans, I have not come across an Evans. So Big J, this is saying that Travis Evans, who is the uncle of Shane Evans, who was the mayor, it would be Travis's parents, it would be Shane's grandparents have access to the private drive. So we're looking for the last name Evans.
Yeah, I don't see it. Like, I have so I've been compiling the ones from 2017, and there is none adjacent to any of the Weber property with the last name Evans from what I've been able to find. I can keep digging, but are we sure that the last name would be Evans? Are we sure it's not like a maternal?
Well, if it's his parents, I mean, the male carries the surname, so.
No, but it could also be his grandparents on his mom's side.
Well, I mean, that could be. So we need to look at the properties surrounding.
I have all those written. I have the spreadsheet. I have a map, a spreadsheet, and everything. I just need to figure out what the last name was.
Okay, we're going to get on that, and stay tuned because listen, guys. All I'm going to say is that even though I haven't been live for 2 weeks, there's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. I have a massive amount of stuff to roll out here. You know me. I don't do the norm. You know, there are some documents that I will read, but I will leave that to others. I like to do the research and find all the connecting tentacles and provide you the receipts of, and even though I feel like all of these receipts that we have still lead us into a tangle web of a whodunit, it's worth going down every road in this case. So I will either be back on tonight with my source of the Westfall messages, or I'll be on tomorrow afternoon. Oh yes.
Oh, they're going to come on.
Yes, they're coming on. Yes, she is the party to the conversation. That
surprise.
Yeah, surprise. So I'll either be on this evening or tomorrow afternoon with this individual, and of course, we will roll out what more information we can add on to this right here. This little tidbit right here is really interesting, finding this property. And then also I have, besides the screenshots of the conversation and about Westfall and what the ex says, I also have a plethora of screenshots from Patrick Westfall's Facebook that were captured long ago. He took his Facebook down immediately, but those were captured and I have them.
Internet is forever.
Yes. The internet is forever. Remember that, people, and don't put shit in writing that you don't want repeated or you don't want screenshot.
Or nudes.
Period.
Don't put nudes on.
But it's a direct connection to Westfall and Brian James, yada yada yada. We have that. Then I also have another witness that has been long forgotten that was active on social media, and I have a plethora of screenshots from that conversation and what this individual claimed they saw and who they saw. And I'm waiting to find out if there is actually a report from this person who claims that they spoke to law enforcement and the FBI. But I will be coming back at you guys with that information. So we can add that to the list of things that were never discussed at trial. I've still got the video footage to bring out of the unidentified tip who called and said that they saw 4 girls around 1 o'clock on the Hoosier Harvest or the Hoosier Heartland freeway. The one girl who was sitting down and the other group came over to help her get up. I have video on how that would have been possible for a group of girls to get off of the trails and get down to the freeway, because it's on the first outlook, it's not an easy path. But then I figured it out and I videotaped it. So I haven't released that video, and we're going to discuss that. And on Monday, we're going to discuss all of the loose ends in the case. For example, shit like, how did the gun that was racked at the south end of the bridge that law enforcement claimed they heard on the BG video that we don't hear, how did that discarded round end up over at the crime scene?
Teleportation.
Yeah. So I've been on here 1:30, 2:30, 3:30. Been on here much longer than I had planned on today, guys. So let me hop off, and I need to go down and check in with the family and see what we're doing for dinner. And I will keep you posted as when I'm going live next, but I will be live.
Yes, I'll allow it.
On and off all weekend. Yay. I've missed everybody. Veronica
I'm
says,
just so
come
happy
back
to hear from
tonight. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you. I'm so gracious to you. You are always such a great supporter of the channel. It helps tremendously. Again, anybody who has a work from home job that's hiring, please email me. My resume is ready to go. I need a remote job. I'm tired of getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I want to do more YouTube, and I want to do more of this, not just on Delphi, but all cases.
You know CAD.
Huh?
I'm assuming that's a no.
A no what?
Yeah, right. Do you know CAD?
Do I know who?
You don't. Okay, CAD. It's a program.
Oh, no. But if you have information about it, send it to me. Thanks, Fig. Yeah, this ended up being, you know what, I need to kind of like freeball it more often. Just come on here without really a game plan and just talk and see where it goes, because we've gone all over the map today.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyways, I will have more stuff for you later. But yeah, if there's anything else you want to send me, I probably have to listen to the beginning of the stream to hear some of the goodies. But I'm gonna be looking into that stuff that I just said, and yeah, there'll be some more interesting stuff I'll have for next time, guys.
Thank you, Mother of Dragons. I've missed everybody.
I just want to say one thing. Amy will never ever beg for money. She's so good, but like, I just want to say, like, really, we do appreciate if you do when you do support. I look, Quester and I do, and everyone that you've seen come on here we do not get paid. We
No
just
one
do
gets
this because, yeah, exactly. Well, I'm saying like, and we've never asked for anything, and that's the thing that I like about Amy is that she's never asked for anything either. So I'm gonna do it on her behalf to say like, if you guys ever do feel like you wanna, Amy's more than deserving. It's all
Thank you,
she's never
woman.
gonna ever say that. But I'm also saying we don't expect anything but it's because of her. It's because we get to work with a person like Amy, who attracts that kind of person. Who doesn't expect. I don't know how else to describe this. She's great, you
Oh,
guys. We really enjoy working with her. We've never, it it's easy to want to do this stuff with our free time because we see her with her very, very, very limited free time doing all that she can. So yeah.
oh, thank you. Yeah, my time.
Yep,
Yeah,
and
I
now I'm
just,
gonna say mean things about Amy to even that. No, I'm kidding.
I know. I check like honestly, guys, like work is so constraining with time, and I feel bad because I'm like, if I don't respond immediately, I'm at work and I've got eyes on me. I can't be on my phone, and literally, like, you don't know how often I'm on the verge of being caught and being fired for the amount of time like that I spend on my phone at work on this stuff. And nobody, of course, everybody around me at work thinks I'm absolutely freaking insane. They're like, you and your cases, when the Delphi case, isn't that solved? Like, you don't understand. Like, people at work give me crap. And I'm like, you know what? I'm done. You don't get it. I'm not even going to explain it to
You're
you.
gonna have the last laugh. Truth always wins.
But yeah, I want to climb out of bed in the morning and come over here. Oh my God, thank you so much. Oh my God. Fungi, you need to do more speeches. Thank you. Wait, what, where, who? Thank you so much.
Thank you. I only save them, because when I say them, I mean them. So yeah. Thank you to everyone who's also reached out and given us information. We continue to really appreciate it. We are using everything. Like I promise there's no tip that we completely ignore. Like we even if like we don't dig into it, we file it away. We keep it there. It's in the back of our minds because everything feels like it's connected here. And it does, some things are kind of crazy, some things, but you know what? This case is kind of, you leave a lot of possibilities open. So if multiple things point in that direction, it could end up having legs. So, we just appreciate it.
Dizzy, I believe that's woman. I'm definitely going to check out your message that you sent me. Big J, you can tell him I discovered last night that my life number is number 6. So that kind of fits me very well. If anybody's into that.
Are you a cat?
No.
Are you a cat? You have like 9 lives?
No, but there's a heartfelt meaning on your life number. So you, if you put in your birth date and your year and ask, you can do a Cecil on it and ask.
Feds.
Yeah, you can ask what your life number is and it will tell you. So yeah, Mr. Biggles, yes, please. I will keep it confidential. But thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much. And hopefully my source was at work today, and hopefully we'll be able to come on this evening. If not, we'll come on tomorrow afternoon. I've already got, so it's very extensive what we're going to go over when we go over these. What I'm going to do is go full board. Full transparency, full messages. I'm not blocking anything out. I'm not cropping anything. Nothing was ever photoshopped. Nothing was ever changed. I was trying to be discreet, but since this person took it a step further and tried to act as if I paid for this information, you know what? I'm done. I'm not going to have any restraints. I'm going to prove that you know, what information I was giving is factual. So
Thank
I'm
you,
gonna,
favor to me. Sorry,
yeah,
that's so fucking
yeah.
hilarious.
Listen,
Just knowing you, like,
if
you wouldn't be
StreamYard,
working at 3 a.m. You at 3 a.m.
yeah, it's called life path number. So put in your birthday and your year and ask Google what your life path number is. Critical True Crime, thank you so much. My God, you guys.
Oh,
yeah, it's I just want this channel to grow. I want to be able to do, you know, Terry, who is doing the unsolved missing cases, she's always like, you're too detailed. And I'm like, no, that's what everybody loves. And that's what I love. I love the detail. So that's why her and I work so great together, because she does the quick case summaries. I do the deep dives, but I want to do more than just Delphi. And I want to take the Delphi community with me into other cases like the Gilgo Beach case, not because I don't believe by any stretch of the imagination that Rex Heuermann is innocent. I think the case is fascinating, and it's going to go down in history like a Ted Bundy or
oh, no doubt.
It's going to go down in infamy with a serial killer case like they have. The other case that I have been talking about forever that I really want to not deep dive, I guess I'll deep dive it in one episode, but it's going to have to be a members only, is the Jeffrey MacDonald case. Because the Jeffrey MacDonald case, to me, runs very similar to the Delphi case. When you're talking about Odinism, and it's similar, but it's different. Because in the Jeffrey MacDonald case, we're dealing with the what is it called? Helter Skelter, the hippie, the whole what do you call it? The Sharon Tate murders and all of that.
My dad told me about that stuff when I was like 6, and I think that's what kind of fucked me up.
That's what?
That's kind of what started me being. No,
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I was a very young teenager when I read Fatal Vision, and I remember crying, reading it and turning the pages and tears dropping on the pages because it was such a horrific case. And I have the full case file, including all of the crime scene photos, which that's why I would do it members only, because I will go over all of the crime scene photos. And there's a part 1 and a part 2. There is the Jeffrey MacDonald is innocent camp. And then there's the part 2 where it's Jeffrey MacDonald is guilty. And this case for me is just, and then I really want to upload, the movie, it's called Fatal Vision. It's 4 hours long. I want to upload it to the channel because once we go over the case, I think a lot of people are going to want to watch the movie. And it's done exactly that way. Part 1, like the first 2 hours is his innocence, and then the second half is him guilty. And then you're kind of left with this cliffhanger, like, what do you think? Is he innocent or guilty?
I was looking at, there's a local case where I live. I'm not sure if it's solved, but like it's a lot like Delphi with the corruption. It had a wrongful conviction, but it was reversed because of the judge's error. All this stuff. I'll have to show you, but apparently my mom was listening to it on audiobook with my dad when they were traveling. It's like it involves like the murder of a cop or something. I don't know. It's a pretty interesting case. In Michigan. So maybe I'll send you some stuff on that.
Okay. Yeah, you know what, I think, and that's why I brought up the life path number, because I am somebody who really has a lot of empathy in my heart, and that's the only way that I can explain it. And I always, and I'm not naive by any means. I mean, I'm not a believer that everybody in prison is innocent at all. But I am a firm believer that it gets wrong. The courts get it wrong. And I do believe that there's corruption. And with our justice system and the way it's designed, it's one hell of a thing to get someone convicted, but it's 10 times harder to overturn that conviction. And there's nobody really giving a voice to those people. And those cases are few and far between. And I'm always a big fan of the underdog, to be honest. And that's just who I am as a person. That's who I was as a coach. When I coached my athletes for 16 years, actually, while I'm thinking about it, since let me just go down another rabbit hole really fast, guys.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited about this.
So excited. And I have to laugh because I'm really not going to engage that fucking much. Go. With someone like Erica Morris, who the stuff that she spews on her little, Delphi Dirt Saga bullshit, I find laughable. She wants to talk about me being a cheerleading coach and this and that. First of all, I'm just going to.
She was a cheerleading coach.
I'm just going to touch on this. I was a 911 dispatcher before I left the department. And I left the department because of the grueling hours and the overtime. And I had 2 little ones at home. And I thought I was going to be a stay-at-home mom. And that lasted not even a year. I have a cheerleading and gymnastics background myself. And I decided to open a gym to give me something to do as a pastime with my daughters. That gym blew into, I went from a 3,000 square foot facility the first 3 years that I was in business to a 25,000 square foot facility that then expanded to 2 satellite locations, one in Cincinnati, Ohio, and one in Lewis Center, Ohio. My daughter, both my girls actually, went on to do magnificent things. I have coached thousands of kids. I was sponsored by the GK Elite, which is the designer for the Olympic gymnastics team. So my top teams, my level 5 teams were outfitted every single year by GK Elite. So my athletes didn't even have to buy a uniform, which were in the upwards of $600 to $800 per uniform. I did big things. This was not high school cheer, rah, rah, rah. This was not that. I ran a coaching staff of 30. I had all of my coaches certified through the USASF, which is the United States All-Star Federation. I traveled the country. I placed at Worlds.
TV thing, didn't you, at one point?
Placed at Worlds numerous times. So I'm just gonna, for shits and giggles, kind of show you the inside of my gym. And this is a video of my daughter when she was 14. We were doing a entry video for a competition that was called Infinity Legends, and only I can be a life coach for real. So my daughter was trying out. So you had to submit a video, and they only took the top 10 of females and the top 10 of males. I've lost count on how many years my daughter was in the top 10 for Infinity Legends. It was a big award. It was, you're talking over 1,000 submissions of videos. And it was based on tumbling, stunting, all of those types of skills that you would combine into a video. So this video I shot in my gym, and this is one side of my gym. If you kind of look in the background, you'll see glass windows up top. That was my lobby area, and that was where parents could view practices. the side of the gym that I'm shooting from
Are you,
is
are you supposed to be sharing it right now? Or
no, I haven't shared it yet.
okay, I was just making sure we weren't seeing it.
No, not yet. And then there's the side that I'm shooting from is my two floors. I had two competitive cheer floors, which is the same size as the gymnastics floor. It's 42 by 52, which 9 panel mats of a spring floor. I had 2 floors side by side. That's what my older kids practiced on. And on the other side of the gym, if the parents walked across the lobby to the other side, they could view down where I had my lower level teams practicing and where I had my rod floor and tumble track and all of that stuff. So it was for 16 years, I ran a massive program, and my daughter has 2 degrees because she went on to college and had full ride scholarships at both Navarro and Texas Tech.
Oh, that's big. That's a D1 school.
Yeah.
That's D1 schools are that's ultimate. That's the highest you can get in college.
Kaylee had 7 offers on the table, and she never even tried out at a college. She was like a football player almost. It sounds crazy, but in the industry of competitive cheer, it's that serious. And Navarro is in Texas, and it's different from Ohio. So like in Ohio, Ohio State cheerleaders, I had athletes who I had coached who went on to cheer at Ohio State, and me and the Ohio State coach tried to work together to get the university to allow university cheerleaders to cross over and do all-stars, and the university wasn't having it. It's very similar to how some high schools allow kids to play travel, like travel basketball. Some schools allow it, some schools don't. Ohio State doesn't allow it. So Texas is a state that the majority of the colleges there, like Spirit of Texas, Navarro, Texas Tech, all of those colleges recruit the top athletes out of the competitive all-star industry to their colleges. And that's how Kaylee went on to cheer at Navarro. And the all-star programs in Texas, like my all-star program that I ran here, the universities there allow them to do both. So athletes, like the top athletes, not only get full ride scholarships in Texas, they also can do college cheer and still continue to do all-star cheer at the international level. And it's called international because there's no cap. So if you have a senior team and all-stars, like in my program, you couldn't be over the age of 18. International teams, you have to be 14 years of age or older. There's no cap. So I'm just going to show you really quick.
What hope for me?
Huh?
So there's still hope for me?
There's still hope for you. Yeah, you can be 14 and up. But you got to be able to do more than a freaking somersault.
Oh, I can't even do that, girl. I can't. I have no coordination. Yeah. I'm really, really good at like hitting things though. So
here really fast. Before I show you Kaylee, I will show you the amount of kids that I had. This is crazy. I can't believe I'm even showing this, but oh well, who cares? You either watch it or you don't. You don't have to. So every year when I had my gym, I rented out a local high school, and I put on a showcase where all of my teams would perform. This would be our first performance in full uniform, hair done, hair bow, in front of family and friends. And we charged admission. We had a pro shop going on. We had the cafeteria set up, and the school didn't charge me because they made money off of the concession stands, yada, yada, yada. But this was the year where all 3 of my locations came together at one location before our competition season started. And Can you see it?
I can see it.
Give me reasons to doubt, try to keep me down, but I'll put the flame out, you can't get to me. Throw your sticks and your stones, go break all of my bones, you won't ache my soul, you can't get to me. And there is no barricade that I can tear away. Shoot me down the fire away, away. But I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight.
Just gonna fast forward here to a little bit of.
I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight. I'm a heavyweight.
Okay, so that's just a little bit of that. Now I'll show you.
This reminds me when I'm going to try not to dox myself here, but I went to a school where a Team USA gymnastics, someone who was on Team USA medaled in gold. Their sister was actually in my grade, but they were in a grade a couple years above me, and every fucking PE like record for the school, it was like so unobtainable because she just like fucking smashed and it was like 49 push-ups. It was like, I'm 13, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing. No, I was just like, all right, nice.
Okay, so here she is, and it doesn't matter that her name's out there. She was on Netflix for 2 years, so
yes, Moms.
Yeah, so this was one of her first ones that we did in my gym.
Look at her go. Yeah, she know what she doing. Look at her go. Yeah, she know what she doing. Wobbly, wobbly, drop it like it's hot. Yellow Nuvo got me wobbling back to the parking lot. Look at her go. Do it, girl. Do it, girl. Do it, wobbly, drop it like it's hot. Go and shake that booty. Let me see that Gucci print. Super stupid. You know what you're doing, bitch. Loosen, the bottle of goose in hand. Teddy Pizzle. All I do is win. Bang, bang, baby. I know that you want some. Walk up in the club already on one. Get rid of your friends. They ain't no fun. I'ma show you how to do this. She wobbly, drop it like it's hot. That Yellow Nuvo got me wobbling back to the parking lot. She steady popping, she say that she.
There it is.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, she's got a lot of stuff on here.
I don't think I could jump that high to save my life, like even if like my life depended on it. And if you hear snoring in the background, that's my dog. She's big.
So yeah, that's so it's not just a small thing.
Deal. I don't know. I was trying to count how many like rotations and the flippy things she was doing. I'm just like, I give up.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. I used to actually spot that, like hands-on, catch, help rotate, twist, spot it. I mean, it was a wonderful experience. I still have kids to this day that, I run into who, when they see me, they start crying, like, oh my God, because some of these kids grew up in my gym, and I'll never, like this past year, one of the girls I had coached since she was 8 was killed in a car accident. And me and Kaylee went to the funeral, and the whole entire, what do you call that? It wasn't the actual funeral. It was like the, where family and friends can come viewing. The whole entire background was all done with Matrix, like photos and videos from her time in my gym. And it was just, and I had considered not even going because I'm like, oh my God, I can't really face her mom. This is so horrific. But I went and I was like, oh, I would have felt like shit if I hadn't gone. So.
You were family, clearly.
Yeah.
You're there for all those memories.
I was. So, well, anywho, guys, it's 4:30. I'm going to hop off. I will definitely give you guys I'll give you a heads up if I'm going to go live later on. I'm going to figure out what's going on with dinner, and maybe I'll be back.
What are we having?
Probably chili. I made a pot of chili yesterday.
Chili again?
I just don't know if that's what everybody's feeling tonight. So we'll see. I know it's not Thanksgiving leftovers, that's for sure. I'm sick of those.
My mom ordered this big old Thanksgiving dinner because they're older. So, but and it fucking snowstormed here for like 3 days, and I wasn't even able to go and enjoy it with them. And I'm kind of pissed off with that. But
just let me tell you, on Tuesday, driving to work, I thought I was going to die like 10 times. It was.
How much snow do you guys have?
I think we only got 5 inches, but that's a lot for here. And that's a lot when you're dead smack in the middle of the storm. I mean, it was like a whiteout on the freeway, and semi drivers were passing me like, I'm a grandma, smacking my car with all the slush and shit. And I was doing 25 with my freaking hazards on.
Oh my God, girl.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
All right. Hey, Heather Brown. All right, guys. Love you so much. I will see you later. I don't know when later,
wait.
It'll be.
You got to say a funny word in Quester's accent.
Bollocks. I don't know. What does he say?
Say contraption, but like in his
I can't say it in his name. I can't say it in
just
his.
try. It's
contraption.
I can't.
Contraption.
There we go.
He said something to me the other day. He said that he was going back and forth with someone, and he said, and they just popped off. And I was like, they popped off. And it's just the way he said it. It was so freaking hilarious. But I can't mimic him. Only he can do him.
I love him so much. Protect him at all costs.
Yeah.
All right. I'll stop now.
Okay. Bye. All right. Love you guys. Have a good night. And maybe I'll be back tonight or not tomorrow, but I'll give you a heads up before I do. Either way. Love you. Bye.
Chickens.